Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm in the fabulous Wollerton Park. Wollerton, it's pronounced Wollerton Park. Wollerton Park, it's a park in Nottingham. It's a fantastic park in Nottingham. We got lots of people out today. Lots of people, old, young, all sorts are out. People with their families, people with their school groups, couples, and here we have some people playing rounds of golf. Good old golf, you know, the one Tiger Woods was a champion of. He was a real champion, Tiger Woods. But it got me thinking. I've seen some of the older people just sitting down relaxing, and it makes me think, well, what will I be doing in retirement? Will I be able to afford to retire? And there was something in the news this week. Since we have a new government in the new UK, we have a Labour government which is led by our new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. And one thing they have done, they're cutting the winter fuel allowance for pensioners. They're cutting the winter fuel allowance for pensioners, but some pensioners will still get it if they pass the means testing. So it got me thinking, well, why should it have to be means tested? Pensioners have worked all of their life. They've contributed into the system. Fuel, electricity and gas, which makes up the fuel, is so expensive now. So why should they have to pay extra? That extra £300, which they got a discount of. Why should they have to pay it now? So it really got me thinking, how secure is it for pensioners? Some are saying without the fuel allowance, they're going to struggle. They're saying they paid into the system. Why should they have to be means tested? Why should they have to declare what they've got in the bank or what property they own? Why should they? They've paid into the system already. So let me know your thoughts about this. Should pensioners have to prove whether they need this fuel allowance, or should it just be automatically given to them? Why should they have to pay for this fuel allowance? Yeah, why should they have to pay for this fuel allowance when they've paid all their working lives into the system? They've been paying their taxes all this time, so why should they have to pay again? So it really gives us some food for thought. It really gives food for thought about, is the government looking after our elderly people? And should pensioners just be able to sit back and relax a bit without having to worry about paying all these bills, especially when winter comes and it's freezing cold and heat is so important. Heat is so important for pensioners because, you know, they're more susceptible to catching colds and flus and all sorts. So it's absolutely essential they are able to have a nice, cozy, warm house. And if they can't afford it, they won't have that, and they can catch an array of illnesses. So let me know your thoughts. Should the government automatically give the winter fuel allowance to all pensioners, irrespective of their financial status. And should they have to go through the rigmarole of proving exactly what they earn. I can see some, looks like retired folk across here playing golf. And wouldn't we all like to say we're doing this in our retirement, playing rounds of golf? Look at a nice setting. Wouldn't we all like to say, you know what? We've worked all our life. Let's use our money to enjoy ourselves now. We don't have to worry about paying £1,800 a year for fuel, or £2,000 a year for fuel. At least the government is giving us a discount. Personally, for me, I think everybody, all pensioners, should receive that discount, and they should be able to come out and play golf if this is what they choose to do with their time. So again, I'm in the wonderful Wallerton Park in Nottingham. Just getting those steps. You guys know I like to get those steps in. It's recommended that we walk at least 4,000 steps a day. At least. That's supposed to keep the cardiovascular system in shape, keep your heart health in shape, keep that blood running properly through your body. So it's good to get that regular exercise, especially the cardiovascular. I do a bit of stretching myself. I very rarely do weights, but you know, resistance using my own body, resistance exercises. I used to cycle a lot. We got a couple of cyclers actually coming towards us, but I used to cycle a lot. But not so much now. I do more walking. That's what I more concentrate on doing, is more walking. But I do have a couple of bikes. But where I live is very hilly, and sometimes I think, oh gosh, can I really be bothered to cycle up those steep roads? Walking up them is, you know, enough in itself. More or less to have to cycle up them. I know a lot of people now, they have these assisted cycles, the electric, partially electric, so when they go uphill they just put it on electric, they're not really pedaling, the bike just does the work itself. But I'm kind of traditional. I like the resistance I get from pedaling, and of course it's building up the exercise. Like we see some people walking here, people just walking like I enjoy walking. So I think it's very good. And here, what does it say? Danger. It says danger, private golf course, no entry. Why would it be a danger to enter into a golf course? So that's something. I wonder why it would be a danger to enter into a golf course. Or maybe somebody could hit the ball hard and it could come whizzing and knock you on your temple and knock you out. Who knows? I see a blackbird, a lone blackbird. There's a lone blackbird. Well, maybe not a lone blackbird. There's another jogger out here. And I see another blackbird in front of me. Another blackbird in front of me. What does it say here? Again, in Wallerton Park, we have lots of deers around here. Deer safety all year round. Deer are wild animals and can be unpredictable and aggressive. So let's read it again. Deer are wild animals and can be unpredictable and aggressive, especially during mating season. And of course, deers can be very, very particular around the young. We have a squirrel here. Look at the squirrel. You've got a squirrel, and it looks like he's eating something. Or was he just turned around to keep an eye on me? He could have turned around just to keep an eye on me. But that's a squirrel we got here. Anyway, let's move along. Again, this is all part. I haven't even walked this part of Wollerton Park before. Wollerton Park in Nottingham. I haven't walked down this park. This part of the park is someone sitting down, just chilling. I can hear a bit of road noise down here, so maybe I could be coming to one of the entrances or exits. In fact, I can see a bit of traffic in front of me, so obviously this is where the park ends, unless we want to exit the park. But again, it's so nice to come into our lovely open spaces. This is Wollerton Park. It's a place for you guys who are not from the UK. It's a place which is in the East Midlands. East Midlands. More middle of the United Kingdom. It's the East Midlands in a place called Nottingham. You've got this wonderful park which is on hundreds of acres, hundreds and hundreds of acres. Actually, in the old days, it was a privately owned residence. It was a privately owned residence. And you can see this is one of the entrance gates. So look, this is just a gate. Look how fantastic that is. So this is one of the entrance gates. And there's a sign here. The gate is firmly closed, but I believe it leads you out. In fact, it does. There's a door here, it's a metal door, but it leads you out onto the street. And as you can see, it leads you out onto the street. So I didn't even know this gate was here. I didn't know this gate was here, which leads to the street. And it is really a lovely bit of architecture. Love this old stone work. Yeah, I love this old stone work. And all in a place called Wollerton Hall and Deer Park. You can see the sign, Wollerton Hall and Deer Park. So I'm going to continue walking back because this is not the entrance I came in. I came in from a completely opposite entrance. I came in from the quiet entrance. I came in from a much quieter entrance. So I'm going to head back towards the entrance I came in. And these are lovely kind of places we do have in the UK. But lots of people don't utilize them. Lots of people do not utilize our open spaces, our public spaces. And I always tell people it's good to come out of inner cities. See what else is available for us. Most of these facilities are free of charge. So it's good to come out, especially those of you based in the UK. It's best to come out and see what is there. What is there? Look how much open space there is here. A lot of people tend to like to congregate with these confined spaces and People are jammed up against each other like the Notting Hill Carnival. People tend to love that, the music, the sound, but sometimes it's good to come out and enjoy some of nature. Got to have balance in your life. You definitely need to have balance in your life. Anyway, guys, it's been good having you guys on this walk. I'm getting my steps in. I've got a sister, she went Notting Hill Carnival. She said she walked, when she checks her phone, she walked 30,000 steps in our Notting Hill Carnival. That's one of the biggest carnival, that's the biggest carnival in Europe. It started off as a Caribbean carnival. Caribbean, it started by, I think it was right, by the Trinidadians. They bought the steel band, the steel pan, and it was much smaller. But over the years, it's grown into a huge event. In fact, it generated about £365 million. Something of that magnitude. And it attracts, well over 1 million people now. Could be all 2 million people. But it attracts so many people now. But anyway, enough said, enough done. I'll show you a bit more of this place, but I'm gonna sign off, and I've only got to say to you guys, look, the blackbird is still there. So I'm gonna sign off, guys, and I'll just say to you guys, see you guys in the next video. Thanks for staying tuned for so long. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel if you like what I produce. If you like the videos, hit the like button, it costs nothing. And see you in the next video. Bye for now.